El tifón Sudelor ha entrado en China con vientos de hasta 150 kilómetros por hora. En algunos lugares se han registrado las mayores precipitaciones del último siglo. Las autoridades han tomado todo tipo de precauciones, como obligar a 370.000 personas a abandonar momentáneamente sus hogares, pero ni así se ha podido evitar que al menos 12 personas hayan muerto o desaparecido. A 140 kilómetros de allí, en Taiwán, 3 millones de personas siguen sin luz. El saldo de víctimas es ligeramente inferior. Se habla de al menos 6 muertos, pero los equipos de socorro buscan más víctimas entre el lodo y dentro de los coches golpeados por el tifón.
Tres argentinos han muerto y varios miles se han visto afectados por las inundaciones registradas como consecuencia de un temporal al sur del país.
How much does California and their farming affect the nation as well as the world?
When I was in college, I was really proud to be part of an industry that fed the world. There's nothing more essential. There's no more essential industry than food. You can live without everything else. You can live without oil. You can live without Hollywood. You can even live without teachers, but you can't live without food. It's very, very important for a country to retain its sovereignty to be able to feed itself.
If there were to be an agricultural collapse in California, what would that look like?
We see plenty of movies, don't we, where there isn't any food and stuff. Boy, I don't even want to think of that. Surely we're smarter than that, Kayla. Surely we can come together and solve these things. I know there are people, elitists, that think there's too many people on the planet, so some should just die. There's elitists that think we shouldn't be farming. They don't feel a connection to every man. These elitists need to be held responsible for the outcome of their action. That's number one. Then number two, we're not dumb people. Californians aren't dumb people. And the technology exists. We talked about that acre foot. For $500, we can desalinate an acre foot of seawater. 80% of Californians live within 50 miles of the ocean. For a fourth the cost of this train we're building, we could produce more water. Farmers would be happy to pay for it. People whose lawns are drying up. We don't need to be treated like dogs, being thrown bones by these elitists. Here, you peasants, you fight over this because there's only this much. That isn't the way Californians are. That isn't the way Americans are.
Every single human on this planet to survive needs shelter, water, and food. And love. We'll put the love in there too. Do you believe that we could be seeing the crippling of an American empire? Whether intentional or just because we're not responding to what is going on here and now?
Yes, I do believe it is intentional. At the top, with those elitists, when you get into their enclave, they want agriculture to stop in California. They'll never admit it in public, but I've been in their private groups, and that is how they feel amongst themselves. And these people wield a lot of power. How insane is that? What civilized country in the history of the world, Kayla, has ever knowingly destroyed its own food source? Where has that ever happened? If you watch the Israel Project, Israel, Australia, countries with a lot less water than we have are doing it. Israel now has more water than they know what to do with, and they're much drier than we are. So surely we're intelligent enough to work together to hold these elitists accountable for the outcome of their actions. But it's going to take an informed citizenry, so that's why I appreciate what you're doing. People need to have honest truth. And don't just listen to me. Go get your own information, you know. This is just one farmer with mud on his boots talking from his perspective. But it's a pretty well-rounded perspective, and I'm positive what I'm saying would hold in any court, or I wouldn't say it. So we can fix this thing, and we can fix it quickly. We're an intelligent people. We have options. It's not like we have to invent the option. The options are there. We just need to have the intelligence and the courage to exercise them, and the courage to hold people responsible for the outcome of their actions. That's what I want more than anything, that people be held responsible for the outcome of their actions.
Thank you.
The EPA admitting it accidentally sent 3 million gallons of sludge into that river, which is now laced with dangerous chemicals and heavy metals, arsenic and lead among them.
This is a major, major problem. And the reason why is because of these heavy metals that were in the sludge, things like cadmium and arsenic and lead and mercury. We're talking mercury at 10 times the acceptable levels. Arsenic 800 times. Lead, there was a reading that was 11,000 times what's considered an acceptable level by the EPA. Now, these toxic metals, they can cause cancer, they can cause kidney problems, they can cause developmental problems in children.